Axel. Axel.
Yo, what's good, y'all? We out here back with the Cannabis Diversity Report. Man, we got a dope episode. Let me sit back real quick, man. I'm here with my boy, Terrell. Taylor, what's good, T?
What's up, man? It's a pleasure being here. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, man. Well, for y'all that don't know, this is a super dope episode, man. I'm glad to have my boy T sitting here with me. We actually started off in the cannabis industry together, man. My guy T, you still the inventory manager at MedLeaf?
Inventory assistant GM manager.
Word.
So started off as a patient counselor.
Word.
3 years ago, and
that's what's up, man.
Now.
Word. Well, and it's super interesting, man. I really want to hear you tell your story because I think it's not said enough, but people that are working in the dispensaries, whether it's the bud tenders, whether it's definitely inventory managers, man, that's what really makes the cannabis industry move. It's not if it's not that's that's the root of everything, the plant, and how much knowledge and stuff people have to have to really be in that role. I think people underestimate it. You think it's just like selling weed, but what was talk about what was some of the stuff that you had to learn, or what's really like the day to day in being an inventory manager in a dispensary?
I said day to day is just kind of knowing the products that your actual patients are looking for and need, because every section of Maryland or any state, people are looking for different types of products. Something that might be popular northern might not be as popular, in the southern part or western or eastern. So having a relationship with the patients, hearing what they like, seeing how things actually are being sold and being purchased for patients, I think that plays the majority of the role, just being in touch with the people and knowing what they like. So then you can make informed decisions when actually purchasing these products and making sure you're getting the right medicine, for the patients. So it's definitely being knowledgeable about all the different companies, all the different concentrates, shatters, vape carts, the flower. So it's a lot of different products to have knowledge about. And that's kind of how I keep it going, just staying in tune with what our patients are asking for, and then also being in tune with things I see around the state and the type of things I see people raving about. So those are the products, definitely want to share with other patients, because if those patients are seeing success with it, then all patients need to have a handle, the hold of that.
Right. So being in a medical dispensary, could you talk about what are some of the things that people often come in for, that they're trying to treat or they need help with, and how do you recommend what type of products might be best for them based on that? Because I remember there was always so many new people too. We got our regulars, the people that are coming in for the loud, the good, but you got so many first timers. You got elderly people that never did this before. What's that experience like?
With those, we try to get a determination of what they're trying to actually achieve, from cannabis. Some patients, are just looking to get medicated. Some people are actually trying to achieve pain relief. Pain relief is probably the number one thing that we see patients actually coming in for. I always like to recommend topicals and creams, especially if they're not familiar with actually smoking cannabis or just don't want to smoke cannabis. It's one of the best routes. A lot of the creams are transdermal. So they're going to get in the bloodstream, and they're also going to help where you have pain, and then also other parts of the body as well. So I tend to get people on those, in addition to different concentrates and, flour, the combination of everything, you can always find a right, regimen to just add little parts of everything. Everything has good in it. It's just how much you're indulging in it. So it's kind of how I feel, everyone's looking to achieve a little, something different. And there's many products out there that can help people, with,
Right.
their problems.
Right. And how about of course the cannabinoids, terpenes, all that stuff make a difference. Talk a little bit about that. How does that stuff come into play when people are choosing their cannabis?
It's a major play. Try to educate a lot of people about getting away from just seeing that THC percentage. There's a lot of THC chasers, and just chasing THC is not necessarily actually going to help all the time. It's like you said, different terpenes. If you're looking for something that's pain relieving, you want high caryophyllene. That's the only terpene that actually, reacts with the CB2 receptors. So, that and myrcene, terpenylene, those are going to be like more sedated. So just having more of a knowledge of what the actual terpenes are and what they can do, we definitely recommend people to do their research on that. You got a high terpene content, that outdoes, some of the THC percentage. And not everyone is actually just trying to get high as possible. Some people are, but there's different things to look at that actually can help. And, as like sativas, if you need to be up, you need some memory retention, then you want to be looking at like pinene and limonene. So indicas, might not be good all the time, when you have to achieve something, you might want to do a little something different. Everything has, their part to play, and just being more knowledgeable about the different cannabinoids and terpenes that can play a long way into saving money, actually, as well too, because you're not just chasing the highest THC. If you find the right terpene content in something, it can help you save money in the long run, because you don't need to chase that high dollar eighth when you just found something that might be a little lower, less price, but you're actually getting the benefits, from something lower.
Right. And so, how did you get in the cannabis industry in the first place? What led you to start getting involved working in the industry?
Well, I've always been, I've been consuming cannabis for 20 plus years now. It's always been like the lifestyle, the culture that I've gravitated to being a teenager. I just happened to see someone make a post about a dispensary opening up and they're looking for employees. And I shot her a message, and she said, send, my resume over to her and she'll get it to the right people. And she did that for me. And came in for my interview, and, the rest is history. It was kind of just being on Facebook at the right time, seeing an opportunity. And it's I've always been in the cannabis culture. So when I saw that opportunity to, actually get in further, I had to take that leap, and, it's worked out so far.
Right.
For sure.
Yeah, man. And, that's definitely real, because it definitely has to be a little bit of luck, because when you're trying to work in a dispensary, there's so many people applying for the jobs. I'm sure people coming there every day like, yo, can I work over here?
Everybody wants a job.
Right. So what advice do you have because I think being a patient counselor could be a great entry level for people that want to start off there. What advice do you have for people that really feel like they want to pursue that, that they want to pursue that path? How do they get ready for that?
Yeah, I would say, definitely look at being a patient counselor, just getting the knowledge. And that's always the most important. Knowledge is always most important. Just learning, seeing the industry, starting from the ground up. And then you can kind of grow from there, because you're going to be interested in maybe one thing over the other. And your own talents, can push you to the right direction. But just basically having that initial knowledge of just how the industry is and how patients are, and the different cannabinoids and terpenes and the different strains that are out, just getting that information first is definitely really important, especially to succeed, and especially talking with patients. If you're more knowledgeable about the plant, you can help patients much more than if you have no knowledge,
For sure.
about it. So I mean, that's definitely what I recommend is just doing some research, doing some history, talking to different people of different looks and ways of life, because we all like something different. Cannabis affects everybody, different as well.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah, and knowledge is key, man. And like you said, being able to share like our personal experiences, like with people that want to understand and learn this, it makes all the difference in the world. And I remember how many how many veterans like would come into cannabis, talk about how it helped with all different type of stuff like PTSD, like some of the different ailments they had from their time in service. And I know that you're a veteran also. Thank you for your service too, bro.
Thank you.
But like, what are some of the issues and ways that you see that it helps you or other veterans, deal with like through cannabis?
It's helping a lot, especially with, the opioid, pandemic that's happened all across the country, and being prescribed medicines that may be causing more harm than actual good. So I see a lot of benefits, especially where we're located. There's a heavy veteran, community around. So I mean, I see it help veterans, every single day. It helps me myself, as well. So I think it's important for, all veterans, and we're slowly moving towards, hoping the VA can, start moving with some cannabis programming, because I mean it's life saving, and we shouldn't have to like hide the fact that we do cannabis when we're actually trying to get help for ourselves. So, it's healthcare. We're trying to healthcare for ourselves.
Thanks. Nah, and that's real. And cannabis is medicine, right? And that's one of the reasons it shouldn't be federally illegal, right? Like, and I know it causes all types of challenges and everything like that. Are there any type of specific challenges that does it impact at all? Like as a veteran, being a medical cannabis patient or working in the cannabis industry, does it impact you at all?
Me, maybe not so much. I do see and hear, a lot of veterans don't want to bring up, to their doctors that they're cannabis users, because they don't want to be, treated differently,
Mm-hmm.
or being told, oh, if you're going to a pain management doctor, like, oh, if you're doing that, then we can't have you.
Really? Damn, they do that.
Yeah, and things of that nature. I mean, it's just kind of the way it is now. It's definitely getting better. The more and more, everyone, learns about cannabis and more openly it's becoming. I mean, it's definitely helping everybody out, and it should, because like I said, it's medicine, and it definitely has all these properties that actually do help.
Mm-hmm.
And if we're trying to help people, we need to find the right, solution. It's not all about smoking too. Smoking is not the healthiest, option. There's definitely an array of different ways to go about, consuming cannabis and getting the medicinal, benefits from it.
Right. Oh, you know what, man? Dive into that a little bit, because, of course, I know a lot of people that watch the show are probably like cannabis experts. But for people that are like the newbies, like never really been in the dispensary, like that never seen anything other than flower, like what can you kind of go through some of the different products that people find, or that are in the dispensaries in Maryland?
Yeah, of course. Flour is always, number
Flower
one.
still number one.
Yeah, can't beat the flour. But you got oral consumables. So like you have tinctures, you have drinks, you have edible options, so different gummies, and chocolates, elixirs, like I said, that with the drinks, vape cartridges, disposable vape cartridges, you have creams, different concentrates like your butters, your sugars, your shatters. So there's an array of different options, and we're only at the beginning of it right now. Next year there's going to be something else.
I know, new stuff.
Made that can help people as well. So it's definitely not all just smoking, and sometimes with just everyday life you can't be smoking cannabis. So there's different ways to consume to alleviate your medical issues that you're actually trying to solve.
Right.
For sure.
Right. And speaking of that, like with you, like being a dispensary manager or even a dispensary employee, are there any type of challenges around like banking that you face, like with like dispensaries, like in cannabis businesses not really being able to have the same access to banking as other businesses? What type of challenges like do you see as a result of that?
Well, just it being federally illegal still, it's a challenge with, us and all the dispensaries around, the United States. Some things are changing, hopefully things will start getting a little better. it's not a drug anymore, and it shouldn't be thought about like that. I mean, there's a lot of money that can help, the banking industries and just the cannabis industries. It's something that really needs to get alleviated like sooner than possible. It's going to benefit everybody. So everybody needs to be on board. And there's a lot more other issues that could happen when people can't take their money to a bank or things like that. So now you're driving around, with hundreds of thousands of dollars. I mean, that's not safe for anybody.
Yeah.
You should have a place where you can safely put this in the bank, or more than one bank. There should be other banks that should be taking advantage of the situation. For sure.
For sure. No, that was one of the things that would always felt kind of scary. Yo, look who it is about working in a dispensary. Like, it's kind of similar like working in a bank. Like, there's all that cash there. So, it feels like it, it's just all the risk that comes with that.
Right.
Man.
Right. That's not needed. Mm-hmm. People shouldn't have to feel, if you get in the business and you're trying to help people, you shouldn't now be putting your own self at risk. Trying to help people. That doesn't make sense.
Right.
But, it's only a matter of time. We're still, at the beginning stages of, all these states becoming legal. So, it's just a work in progress. It's what everything is.
True.
You just got to keep moving, keep pushing, and eventually everybody be on board. I'm sure 30, 40 years from now, we'll be looking back at it like that was an issue before.
I know.
Just even with it being, medicinal, I would have never thought when I was a teenager.
Definitely would have never imagined that.
Doing what I'm doing now.
Like a whole job selling weed.
Exactly. So
what'll be next, man? Nah, that's true, man. And like you said, 3 years now, like working in the like in Maryland cannabis industry. Like, what's next? I know you're working on something new. Kind of talk about that.
Okay, yeah. I started my own app website. It's called the MJ Connect. You can find us at www.themjconnect.com. Our focus is really connecting all the different communities in the Maryland cannabis industry. So we show different dispensary daily deals, also certifying doctors, retail smoke accessory shops. We have different Maryland Cannabis Center like platforms. So like we have like your platform, on there to get more, recognition for you, apparel companies. So just trying to get everybody that's involved in the cannabis having one platform to find all this information. With text messaging the way it is, a lot of dispensaries relied on sending out text messages like every day. A lot of people don't receive those text messages, so you're just left in the blind. There's a couple other sources where you can see a couple, of deals, but the focus is having everybody have this information, knowing where different vendor pop-ups are happening or different social events that are happening in the area. So just trying to bring everybody, together. We're stronger, when we're together than separate, and we all need to just work together. We're not in real competition with each other. We just need to help, and it's beneficial for the patients, and that's the focus of it, for sure.
That's what's up. It's dope to see you, building the app and, like you said, doing something to bring the community together because. And I mean, people being able to find out the deals, because that challenge, like with the text messages, that definitely is something that's disrupting businesses. So trying to help them have another way to be able to get in front of customers.
And it's only getting worse, now. So a lot of emails can get sent out and, things of that nature. But, who checks 1,000 different, emails? It's much simpler to just go to the site. Boom, I got all the information I need, for today to make the decision of, if I'm going to buy, some medicine today, where I should go.
Right. And
saying, oh, I forgot that actually works good for me. I haven't seen that in a while. That's here. Let me make a trip,
Right. So, yep. And so like, what else is some of your other goals, for the industry, and what are some of the things you hope to see?
Just everybody coming together. That's, my main focus right now, creating this application, a website, just getting all this information out to everybody. A lot of the times, even new products that are coming out, in the scene, sometimes some of the information and some of the good things about the products might not actually like reach the patients for whatever reason. So patients want this information. want to learn, more. They want to know. They want to be educated on these different things. So just trying to spread education, knowledge, building a community. Like we got to be together, and it's our own little culture, and meet new people, things of that nature, and just really just building a community. And it's getting there. Maryland, we're behind some other states, but I'm sure if you go out to like California, Colorado, there's lots of things happening, but they've had programs way longer than we have. So it was just the beginning, and trying to take it there.
That's what's up. So you got like the mini cannabis Facebook out here, man. And like where can people catch up? Where can people follow you, learn more about you, learn more about the businesses and everything like that?
The website's www.themjconnect.com. We're also available on the Play Store for Android users. The MJ Connect, you can find us on there. Facebook, social media, the MJ Connect, Instagram @the_MJ Connect, Twitter, the MJ Connect. So
MJ Connect everywhere.
We're all over all the social media platforms, right now, and got content every day. Might be information about new things happening in the area. Might just be funny memes, things of that nature. Social media, they're a little funny about posting deals and things of that nature. So
I don't
so really dive too far into doing that, but something that might make you laugh today or might make you think, or a nice little article you can read about something happening, can make a long way in your day.
Nah, man. Well, definitely appreciate you rapping through.
Yeah,
and thank you for showing some love to the Androids, man. Team Galaxy, man. Everybody else just got an iPhone, folks. Chill out, man.
Hopefully we'll be on iOS, in the future. But I'm an Android user, myself.
Right, yeah. So we got to start
Androids
with
run the world,
right?
Just not in the United States. We don't,
right.
But yeah, it's all a process.
Yeah, man. Well, thanks for coming through, my boy. Hey, y'all, make sure y'all go check out the MJ Connect. It's been another episode of the Cannabis Diversity Report. Holla at your boy. Peace.